Hey guys, thank you so much and welcome to the Game Your Future podcast. I'm Daniel, and this podcast all about helping gamers realize their full potential. And today I have a special guest for you. This is Warren Quinn. Warren Quinn is a plumber by trade, but his main job is being a dad. And he is, of course, also an avid gamer. So Warren, thank you so much and welcome. How are you doing?
I am doing just fine. Doing just fine. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. And so we love to start out the show just kind of understanding kind of everybody's experience with games and just kind of the gamer journey. So tell us a little bit as far as how you started and what games you like and enjoy and for how long.
Man, I've been gaming. I'm 42. So I've been gaming since I remember getting the NES a long, long time ago, back when that came out. I remember playing Mario on it and getting it was the Mario Duck Hunt and then the track game.
Yes, the 3-in-1. Yep, I had that too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I remember getting on the track game and cheating, jumping off on the long jump.
Yeah, I think everybody did that. It's so good.
Yeah,
Like,
doing
wow, I
that,
can
and if you
long
held
jump
on to
100 feet. That's great.
yeah, I know, man, it was great. I was getting the gold medal every time.
Yep. Love it.
uh, yeah, that I had that, and then I got a Sega Genesis, which was cool. I separated. I thought Genesis was a little bit more mature when I was really young, and I wanted to seem a little bit more older, and more edgier. So I got the Genesis and
Mhm.
had a lot of fun with that. And after that, I uh, I think I that's when 64 came after the Genesis, right?
Yep.
That was the next. Yeah. Then I got the 64 because of GoldenEye.
Yes.
And after I played GoldenEye for a while, I saw a friend playing Resident Evil 2, and I was a big George Romero zombie fan. So I went from 64, or actually I remember holding on to my 64 and then playing the Resident Evil 2 when that came actually on the 64. And but I didn't have the what was it, the little thing that you stuck in the graphics update.
Oh yeah, I forget what they called that. Yeah, like the processor memory, whatever upgrade.
Yeah, it came with
Yeah.
Star Fox when everybody
Yes.
bought Star Fox.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, I didn't have that, so the graphics were all kind of, can we say bad words?
As long as it's a few, yeah.
Okay. All right. I kind of have a foul mouth, so I'll try and keep it clean. But I remember the graphics were all crappy on the Nintendo because I didn't have that extra little graphics jump on it. So then I
Yep.
traded in my Nintendo and or the 64 and got a PlayStation, and mainly because of Resident Evil, because I was just that much of a zombie fan. And then I played Metal Gear Solid, and that kind of took me off. Then I was like, gaming is freaking awesome.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid is a great one too.
Hmm.
That one really hits you like just mind warping crazy, like just some of the stuff they do in that game. So those that haven't played it, highly recommend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's more I think it's more acceptable to the Western audience because it was written by I know Hideo Kojima, or Kojima did something where he didn't write this one, or it was translated by an American,
Mhm.
so it was easier for us to understand it, and it was written because if you play as, I don't think anybody ever really understands what's going on in a Kojima game.
That's part for the course. Yeah.
And if they do, they're lying.
That's right. Anyone who understands what's happening in a Kojima game, they are lying through their teeth.
But I remember Metal Gear, that was the first one that you could just actually understand, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I think it was because of that. But after that, I mean, I still loved Kojima and everything that came. But yeah, after Metal Gear, that was where I was just kind of like, all right, this is an amazing platform, and I'm just gonna it just took over pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so definitely kind of so sounds like a lot like myself, right? So starting kind of the Nintendo generation, love it. And just having that kind of wide experience of games and
Yeah.
absolutely love it. That's what one of the things I like about this doing the show too. It's just having that kind of diverse and varied background of games, right? Because there's some people that are like really good at specific games, and it sounds like yourself and myself have played like kind of a wide array of games.
Yeah.
And I'll say my personal opinion is that yes, there's something to be said for being like world class at a specific game, but just kind of the breadth of experience across multiple games. Maybe you're not necessarily the best at any particular one game, but the fact that you are good at various and multiple games gives you just, I think, an amazing skill set that just
Yeah.
like helps in life. So just want to kind of ask you maybe a general question if you've ever thought or kind of not like compare yourself, but like if you've noticed certain things like as compared to either friends or just kind of coworkers, anybody to say like, wow, I understand X like way faster or way better than other people. Have you noticed like certain things that you're like, wow, I don't know why I'm necessarily better in this regard? And I wonder,
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought of it that way. I think um, when I was in my 20s, I got a 360 because all my friends had a 360, and I had moved from Houston to Austin,
okay,
and all my friends were still here in Houston, and I got a 360 to play with them. And the only thing I can say is, I mean, I can recognize that playing with them, we would play team games. We would play like Left for Dead, and
yep,
stuff like that, and team based games. And I do see that if you kind of get used to that, you can work in a team better. I can kind of see that. As far as like plumbing, um, I can see the online aspect of gaming. Uh, Making helping people with kind of like a customer service base because you're talking to random people at it. It can. I mean, I don't know. I mean, now that I'm thinking about that, I was like, that's not really a good
Well,
comparison.
depends on yeah. If it's Call of Duty
I'm
or
thinking about
something, be like
all
if
the
you were
shit talking that goes on,
just all the toxicity out there, well,
all the toxic stuff, and I'm like, well, maybe not because I've
yeah.
done a bunch of that toxic stuff too.
And if you're
um,
on the receiving end of it in customer service, at least now you have a thicker skin, so you can take it
yeah,
and you can actually help out,
yeah,
right? So
exactly. As far as plumbing, I don't know. I mean, Minecraft is cool because you're kind of building things.
yep,
Um, I think that it's like that's like Legos for the virtual generation in a way.
yeah,
Um, I enjoy playing it with my kid. That's fun. We have like our own little world where we do stuff and we build stuff together, and I think that's amazing because it's just it's a completely different thing from playing a video game about sports or playing a war video game or shooting zombies or something like that. It's it's something very creative in a way. It's open ended and it's just like look at what I made. And
exactly right. Yeah, the creativity side of it for games, especially something like the sandbox kind of games like Minecraft, is just
yeah,
astronomical what people can do with that kind of stuff. So I'm always impressed, even when that game first came out and you could see all sorts of crazy things that people did. I was always impressed to be like, wow, like somebody
yeah.
took the time to make this too. Like,
No, 100%. I mean, it's amazing. Like when you walk into a world and you see like this big mansion and all these different rooms, and you know,
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
absolutely right. So yeah, I think it's because you nailed like one of the other big ones that I think as far as like games really help with team-based
Yeah.
games help with teamwork, right?
Hmm.
It's kind of obvious to say sometimes, but it seems like not enough people understand or realize that when you're playing these games and you're online or even like couch co-op, right? And you're hanging
Yeah.
out with a buddy and you're playing together. You're not just like having fun building and then camaraderie with your friends or whatever. It's like, no, you actually are learning how to work as individuals, but together in a sense that you can do more. And, as
Hmm.
it's called, teamwork, right? Which is
Yeah.
so powerful and so necessary, I think, in a lot of these, especially like these companies that people work for. It's like you have to be able to work with people, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to know like every specific spot has a specific job, and you know what you got to do at this time. And I mean, just like anything to make like a well-oiled machine work, everybody is like a different cog in the wheel, and it's got to keep spinning. And if one of those like cogs are off, then it's not going to work. Um, it's nice. I mean, what I found, doing that teamwork, and I also do a little like tabletop gaming. I got into playing like D&D and all sorts of stuff. And doing that, I mean, that is like to me, that's even more team based
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. Are you familiar
Um,
with Solasta?
it's a loss. No, what is that?
That's a PC game based on the 5e. D&D rules. I think they have like a
No, the
one of those
I
limited
just got in
licenses, yeah, from
got
Wizards.
in I got it. I got into like Baldur's Gate,
Hmm.
and I don't normally like those top down RPG and stuff like that and the turn based. Um, but I really got into that one. I thought that one was like really cool.
Baldur's Gate 3, I think it was game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, like was
Yeah,
it
it was really
last year,
good.
two
I
years
was
ago? Yeah.
amazed that I was so into it, and I
Yeah.
got like so sucked into it, and I actually enjoyed like taking my time on the with the turn based combat, and going out. I remember I didn't really like it because I started watching like Final Fantasy. This kid used to have it like way back on like Nintendo, like down the street, and I remember I would go over there and watch him play it all the time because he was like an only child,
Mm.
and he didn't know how to feel bad saying this because I'm like calling him out, but screw it. It was 30 years ago.
There you
uh, but like he didn't know how to share. So
Well, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, if you're an only
yeah,
child, right? That's you're like you never.
yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him play these games, and like I'm just like, this is so freaking boring. How does anybody play this shit?
Yeah, and that's what like so similar in a different way, but like I'm the oldest of four, right? There's like four
Mm-hmm.
boys in my family, and so three younger brothers, and had to share. That was a thing.
Yeah,
But I was so I guess being the oldest, like I always felt like I was like I guess in the command chair, if you will, but like, oh, I get first, cut it like whatever
yeah,
we're playing. And so like so with the same so for a different reason, it was just like I don't understand how people can watch play games, but like I had a friend who was like that too, would come over and watch me play, and I was like, I was even like, do you want to play? Like he's like, no, I'll just watch you. I'm like,
yeah,
is that fun for you? Like I didn't understand Twitch like when it came out. I'm like, so you just watch other people play games? I'm like, I don't get
yeah.
it.
That's like my whole deal with like what's it called? What's the D&D thing where everybody watches and play Critical Role?
Critical Role. Yep.
Like I get it, and I understand if you get it, that's cool, and you like it, that's cool. I can't watch people play D&D. Like I want to play it. I don't want to sit there and watch these people do it. That
Yeah.
I would like the animated series they do is cool because it's the story. But like actually just watching them play D&D, I'm like, this is just kind of boring. I don't get it.
I do like some of the clips. Like if you clip it for me,
Yeah.
I could, yeah, give me the fun parts. Like yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Like I
do
want
that. But
highlights. Like give me the cliff notes.
yeah, but yeah, some of it is just like long form, and like it's like okay, cool. And again, if you're into that, if you love, whether it's the what
Yeah.
D20 and Critical Role and all them, like fascinating stuff. And like so I've definitely watched some of it. And I'm like, yeah, like I get it, but it's like I'm kind of like you in that way. I'm like, yes, but I would rather play it, right? So like if you're given the
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, but by the way, I mean it's a cool thing. I like that they're doing it. I made the mistake of saying something like that on a Facebook post, and like all these people came after me, and I'm like, no, it's cool, man. I think it's cool. I don't get it.
You're like,
Whatever.
it's not for me. Like, no, you guys have fun. Yeah.
Like
That's
I'm not saying anything bad. It's cool,
yeah.
man. They're all great actors and stuff. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, that's again, that's how I feel about Twitch. I'm like, I understand it. Like, I definitely want
Yeah,
to I even streamed on Twitch for a brief time. Like I was like, yeah, like this is something that people really enjoy and do, and like interfacing with even the people that come on your stream as the as just the chat. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I get it, but it's like how for me personally, I would rather be playing the game than watching the person play the game.
yeah,
So, so
yeah.
really understand.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. Oh, so much fun. So tell me a little bit about so I don't know if you want to jump into as far as like just being the dad and how that's been being a gamer and a dad and like as far as like sharing that joy for gaming like with your kid, is that something that you do? How does that work? And
Yeah,
how do you have time for it?
I got a really funny story.
Yep.
Um, it but as far as I have make time for being a dad, I mean, I play games with my kid. It's fun. He's gotten into it now. He kind of took over my Xbox Live account, so he's on there doing that and making all sorts of friends that I don't even know. It's not even mine anymore.
The
Like whatever,
official
man.
Aussie account, yeah.
Yeah. and all my friends have like moved on and they have kids or they've gone on and they've done something else with their in their life. It's just it is what is. You just get older and that just happens. You can't help it. So it's not like I really play with any of my friends on there anymore. So I have a PlayStation 5 mainly for me because I just play mainly single player games. But anyways, so I find we play games on his Xbox and we'll play games on the PlayStation and stuff like that together. But other than that, I mean, I take him out and we do things mainly. I'm a single dad when I do have him every other week. I don't want to keep him in playing games. I want to go out and do stuff with him too, besides playing games. So I mean, we play enough, but it's kind of an even amount. But anyways, the story. So I found out my kid knew my phone number, which is I was super happy about. But anyways, I was like watching TV one day and I get a phone call. I'm trying to.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
We got
um. Anyway, so I'm watching TV one day and I get a phone call and I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Hey, is your kid named Samuel?" And I'm like, "Yes." Like, well, I want you to know that he's on Xbox and he's saying some bad words. And I was like, "Okay, thank you very much." So I hung up the phone. 5 seconds later, get another phone call, answer it, and I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Hi, is your kid named Samuel?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Well, he's online. He's saying a lot of bad words. I think you should do something about it." I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
what?
Hang up the phone. Third phone call within 5 seconds, and I'm like, "Let me guess, my kid's name's Samuel." They're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "He's online. He's saying some bad words." They're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Quit effing calling here." Except I don't say effing.
Uh-huh.
And I hung up the phone. I was like, at that point, I knew what they're trying to do. They're trying to get my kid in trouble. So he comes
Oh.
running around the corner and he's like, "Dad, whatever they're saying, I just want you to know that they were lying." I was like, number one, I don't care that they're lying. Or I was like, I don't care that you're cussing online. I get it. I did that when I was your age.
I did that
Don't
too.
don't do it around me. Don't do it around your mom. Don't do it around your teachers. Don't do it around just do it with your friends. I get it. Whatever. I'm mad that you gave out my phone number. And his face just went,
Wow. Yeah, that's uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh
So
man.
that was the other thing. And then it was like um another thing, I felt bad. He was playing an online game and it wasn't going well and I could just see the frustration overtaking him. And I could see the tears start welling up. And
Oh.
as soon as that happened, I muted his mic and I took the controller away and I was like, "You do not do that." I was like, "If anybody hears you doing that, these guys are going to tear you up, man. And you are not going to be able to play this again. It's not going to be good for you. Just don't cry." And he's like, "Well, how do you know that?" I was like, "Because I did that to kids like you."
Especially over the internet when
Yeah.
it's just anonymous and you're just like, whatever.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
I don't care who this kid is. I'm just gonna wreck you.
in my early 20s, I did a lot of things that I wasn't, wasn't too proud of. And probably like tearing up on some kids who were trying, was one of it. But now it's just, I feel bad, but, I got to also protect my son too. It's,
Yep, exactly right. There you go. Oh gosh. So having that, I guess I wanted to get kind of your thoughts initially too on just that level of call it not censorship, but just kind of like the having that online multiplayer and that level of potential toxicity. Like, is that something as far as you do like so? Because I
oh,
understand how you do it because I think that's kind of how I've kind of treated it and how I've seen other people do it. Is it something that people kind of overreact to, or is it something that gets policed too much? Like, what are kind of your thoughts around that?
I don't know because like when, these online games came around, I was in my 20s and mainly, I mean, I wasn't playing with like little kids. Every once in a while, there would be that one kid that got on there. Uh, but it's not like you don't know their age. I mean, you can tell when it's a younger person sometimes, but I mean, sometimes, if you're talking to like a kid who's gone through puberty and is like 16, 17, it's, they're going to sound like kind of like an adult.
Yeah.
But I don't, as far as it goes, I don't know. I mainly played a lot with my friends. We had a big core kind of gamer group and I mean, of like 12, 15 friends.
Wow. Yep.
And I mean, when you're playing with them and you're ragging on each other and talking smack with each other, um, uh, I don't. I get, it's with your friends, so it's like you're not. I hope I didn't hurt any of their feelings. um, the only like the worst thing I think I ever did was we would get on like Red Dead and Red Dead Online when it first came out, and we would find like one guy, and it would be like 5 or 6 people, like constantly killing this one guy over and over again.
Oh
Did you
no.
ever have you ever seen The Jerk,
The no, I don't think I
the
have.
Steve Martin movie?
Okay.
Where like the guy is just
Yes,
flicking through a
yes, yes,
phone
yes,
book
yes.
trying to
Steve
find
Martin.
somebody to kill, and he's just like, "You are the unlucky guy." That's like us. We're looking on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't seen that in a minute. Yeah, that's too funny.
We're like, "Ah, you're the unlucky guy today."
We
My
did that.
gamer score went down so much because of that game.
We did silly crap like that where sometimes it was more just whatever you could like playing gosh, World of Warcraft, right? Also did back vanilla and Burning Crusade to kind of date myself there too. So it's like so early WoW where you're just like you're already max level, you're kind of dicking around doing whatever, and it's just like you just find one
Yeah,
guy and you're just like, all right, we're just gonna like run around this guy and it's like and we'd be like in their territory, so like we couldn't attack them, but then like if they attacked us, if they just even accidentally clicked on us, like then we could just beat
yeah.
them. Like we're just like ah, we
I
were just
wonder if it's
mean.
like I feel bad in saying this, but I wonder if that's like kind of like like human nature. Like it's just something that's always going to be there, kind of in a way. And I don't want to like get like all existential or like
Yeah,
theoretical or anything, but I wonder if it's just like ingrained to us to slightly bully people in a way. I mean, when you think about it, if you do it just a little bit, you do it to get them to do things for you. Like even if you're like a boss or something, I don't know. There's just
yeah,
I don't want to try and get too far into that because I don't want
yeah.
to be like bullying's cool,
So we
but it's not.
it's not been yeah, we could go down a whole rabbit hole. I mean, like there's the whole
Yeah.
fucking hazing and whatever thing because there's all sorts of crap, but just kind of like just beating each other up in video games. That's the nice constructive way to do it, right? So just
Yeah, I mean,
go play
they
Call
used
of
to
Duty, go
settle it
play
with
Smash Brothers, go play something.
yeah, they used to settle it in on with gunfights, sword fights. Why can't we just like do it in the Mortal Kombat fight or
Yeah,
something?
just
You know?
just guys go play Mortal Kombat. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, you got the blood and the gore there. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Right, because I think what we're talking about too is like, just using it as this kind of avenue or this channel just to kind of, you know, de-stress or just kind of getting the energy out, if you will, too. Because like a lot of people
Yeah,
use it for this kind of escapism, but at the same time, it's like, well, no, like if you need to vent frustration, because like I do that too, where it depends on the game that you play. Because like I enjoy a wide variety of games too, and so sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do like kind of the builder games or like the little factory games. I'm going to make a little whole thing. It has conveyor belts and does what. And then sometimes I'm like, well, I just need to jump into Helldivers and just absolutely destroy things because like
oh
I
yeah.
just feel like shooting some aliens. Really.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I get you one. Yeah, that's like me. Like when my go-to game was always like one of those like Batman Arkham. If I just really wanted to like beat somebody up,
Yeah.
just do a bunch of combos. That and
Yeah.
what was the other the Lord of the Rings game that was kind of like that, and the Mad Max game?
Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah, yeah. Those games really got me. Those were the games that I would when I wanted to just feel like go and beat people up. That's what I
Just
would
go
play.
punch things.
Yeah. Now if I want to punish myself, I just play DayZ.
Yeah. I was going to be like that or Dark Souls, right? And you're just like, yeah, I
Mm.
just want to have a bad time.
Dark Souls not so much. DayZ is just like everybody's out to kill you, and you never know. Like
That's
you can meet
yeah.
somebody, and you're like, "Oh, cool! This guy's being my friend." He's like, "Hey, man, like that happened to me. He like showed me around. He got me a whole bunch of cool shit, and then we got to one point, and he just shot me and left me. Like I was running around with him for like 5 hours. I was like, "Oh, this is cool, man." I was like, "You're my best friend."
Then just bam.
Yeah, I was just it's like, "All right."
Oh, jeez. That's the worst. People, yeah, just because people are just trying to do their own thing. Like I know, oh my gosh, that reminds me of like my wife and I were playing WoW, and
Yeah.
and so and her brother, so my brother-in-law, like does the thing where wow, people know, right? So mage, you make a portal, go to like the capital city. Well, she made the one to, or he made the one to Stonard, which for those that know is like the shit city in the middle of nowhere. And she
Yeah.
accidentally clicked on it. That sucks. And then she's there. Turns out that there was like a rogue in Stonard in the city just ganking everybody. She like corpse hopped. She had to get out of the town. It took her over an hour just
Yeah.
to get out of the town. Like couldn't like by the time she would try to like Hearthstone try to get out of it, it's like no, the cast is too long. He'll find you and kill you. And it's just like, and then if like, and then he felt bad. It's like, yeah, you've been stuck there still for an hour. It's like, yes, I haven't left because that's what people do. They just hang around and gank people. So,
It, yeah, yeah, man. And you see it like but it's funny because you know how I was talking about how we would find that one person and kill them over and over again. It's just I think it's like karma coming back in different ways.
that's yeah, karma's the thing, guys.
Yeah, like yeah, I made this one guy's life a living hell on Red Dead, and then I played DayZ like 10 years later, and some guy did the ultimate sin and made me think he was my best friend, and then shot me in the head.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it is what it is. But hey, that's the game.
That's the game. That's how you play it. Oh, so
Mhm.
much. But yeah, there's, I mean, I know we could talk for hours just on some of these games because there's just so much fun. There's just such a wide variety. But at least, yeah, I wanted to at least come back to some of the skills that you mentioned as far as like, especially around the teamwork. And then just, being able to work, not just work with people, but just like, getting ahead and like actually, using using these skills together outside of the game, right? So like whether it's going into companies. So wanted to before we wrap up this particular episode, I wanted to make sure we covered everything we can. And so in your experience and what you've noticed, so is there other skills, or is there, or even another story around teamwork that I just want to make sure we don't miss?
Teamwork. I mean, not. I mean, not really. I mean, I think that it's really nice that, like I said, when you're doing certain games, everybody's going to have a certain role that they got to play, and it transfers over to no matter what kind of job you're doing. If you're doing construction, or if you're doing like I don't know some kind of multi-sales job where you got to have some multiple people on, or whatever. But as long as somebody knows what they're doing, and you also can use that to management too, I guess, in a way, if you want to go back to that. When you're managing your people that you're working, you want to make sure that you have them on certain tasks that that they're strong at, and that that they're going to be good at. And it's kind of like the same, like you're playing a game, you got your sniper, or you got your assault guy, who's going to rush, who's going to hold, stay back, and certain things like that. It's just knowing where to put people is what I mainly think.
Yeah, that's absolutely a great skill, I think, as gamers that are naturally inclined to do because it's a sense of like resource allocation, right? You have, and that applies, I think, to so many games, whether it is like something like a, D&D or a more fantasy setting or, MMO, right? You got your tank, your healer, your DPS. And then you got,
Hmm.
like you said, even like the more modern games, like, who has the sniper to get from here, who's like in the front taking the hits. And so knowing where people succeed, like where they're strong, like you want to be able to put people, and even if it's single player, like even like the single, like the characters, right? You have a party or something.
Yeah.
You have to know what characters do what because you're going to put them in those positions. Like it seems obvious, right, in the game, and you're absolutely right. When you come out and you take that same skill to the workplace, it's like, okay, well, people don't have like a class listed over their head or a character sheet, but you talk to them, you
Yeah.
find out like, oh, this is what this person's good at, this is what they can do, and then you're like, oh, well, that makes more sense if I slot them here. And again, it's a little bit different because they have to kind of agree to do it, I guess. That's you want to be in this
Yeah.
position and do it. So there's a little bit more you have to go through there, maybe, but like, but it's the same kind of thing. It's just, allocating your limited resources, in this case, human resources, to say like, hey, I need this job done efficiently. Who's going to be the best person for that?
Well, and yeah, and I mean, and you still like even when you get your group together, somebody ends up nobody really votes on the leader, but always somebody always ends up coming out the leader, and like you always end up somebody's telling even who's going to be where and where they're going to be, and everybody's listening. It's just weird how that kind of all falls in line.
It does. That's what, yeah. I feel like more often than not, I feel like I've been that person in a lot of our friend groups and a lot of our games, or because there's a lot of people that I think are very they're very good at following. They're like, I don't want
Yeah.
any kind of leadership. And I feel like I've done it for so long that it's just kind of natural that, like, if nobody else wants to do it and nobody else takes over, I just kind of jump in. So yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Or it's just like, yep, I guess, I'm carrying not carrying the group, but like, leading the group just, very naturally.
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to take that first step forward. I mean, and if nobody else is going to do it, I mean, you got to take it upon yourself to do it, I guess.
Yep, exactly right.
I learned that from gaming, Mom.
There you go. See, lessons from gaming. Absolutely love it. Gosh. So Warren, I think this has been fantastic. So, and thank you so much for being here because this, again, we could talk for hours on games. I'll absolutely love it. Do you have any, I'll call it final words of wisdom for the listeners?
Um, yeah, not other than, parents, hug your kids, and in the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other.
Be excellent. Love that reference. I haven't heard that in a minute either. Oh, you're giving me all sorts of fun nostalgia moments today. Love it.
I'm glad.
Yes. Good. And then I do have one final question for you, Warren, before we go. And
Okay.
question I ask everyone on this podcast, and that is, of course, what is your favorite video game?
All right. I gotta go with it's a toss up, man. Yeah. I gotta say I can't say Mass Effect because I count the whole trilogy as a game. But I gotta say either between Metal Gear and Resident Evil 2, mainly because those just have such a strong that's what like I said, what the story of Resident Evil 2 got me into the zombies and just me being a big George Romero. Like my favorite movie of all time is Dawn of the Dead. So it just seeing that
Yep.
and it was like playing a George Romero movie. And then of course
Yeah.
Metal Gear just because it's freaking Metal Gear Solid and that's what it was yeah, it's those two games. I can't choose between those two games, but
Okay.
those two games are what got me
Tied
into
for
it.
first. Resident Evil 2 and Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Love it. Huge fan of Metal Gear Solid itself, myself too. And would you believe I have not played Resident Evil 2? So that's what I'm gonna
I
have.
I would not, but it is you can play it if you have a PlayStation, like whatever the Games Pass for PlayStation is. It is free on there right now, so I
Ah,
highly suggest it. Yeah, the
I do
original,
have a
so good.
PS5. I might have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool. Gosh, all right. So much fun. Well, thank you so much, Warren, for being here. This has been fantastic. And guys, I just love talking games, so you can just tell how happy I'm. But we're gonna wrap it up for this particular episode. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.